Okay, now that should actually be going live. Alright. Welcome back to another stream. I almost said video, but we currently have 3 ongoing tornado warnings. We got 2 of them which are ongoing in Kentucky at the moment. We got one, actually, technically, kind of 2 in Tennessee, but this one is just an extension of this one, just due to the WFO area. We also are currently, well, I'm currently using a different radar app compared to Radar Omega at the moment, since Radar Omega is pretty slow on the internet that I'm on compared to when I'm back at my main setup at the moment. But yeah, anyways, so to take a quick look here, we also may actually switch over to, depending weather-wise, because that is another good option for radars. Or well, radar. I say radars, but the radar. I don't know why I'm adding extra words onto things, but yeah, I don't know why my graphics are not wanting to work right now on my thing. May have to reconnect a couple of things, but there we go. That's now. Those are on now. Okay. So I think the Discord bot as well is offline, potentially. That's gonna be another thing that is not working well at the moment. So there's quite a few things that are not working properly at the moment. I do want to take a quick look at the SBC mesoscale analysis at the moment during this stream here. I'll have to find the right sector here. I think that's good there. Alright, and then go to surface base cape. Alright. And then gotta switch over to where's the oh wait, this is window capture is on that. Alright, let me just bring this up. There we go. Oh, I got hiccups. Alright, so here's the SBC mesoscale analysis. You can see there's quite a little bit of instability. Not the highest instability that we've seen in a while, but there is that instability in the eastern portion of Tennessee, or almost actually a good portion of Tennessee. Then eastern, southeastern portion of Kentucky as well, where that instability is at. I do want to take a look at what the wind shear looks like. So it looks like they're about 30, 35 knots of wind shear. And that's at the near the surface. And then this is more up in the upper levels. So a little bit stronger in the upper levels compared to the lower levels. But the wind shear is there. I do want to take a look at the, where's this effective? Yeah, right there is where we're going to be taking a look at right there. Go back to instability. Can this get off my screen? Maybe. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's gonna be right. All that environment's gonna be right in there, basically. Let's see how much time we got left on this tornado. We got about 7 minutes left on this tornado warning. That rotation's still gonna be right in there. I do want to take a look at the previous scans here. Yes, it's gonna be right in there. Not the strongest rotation that I've seen. Also, they still got this was tornado warned earlier. I think it might have been. Although, I may have to take a look at the selectivity real quick as well, because yeah, there is a little bit of a gap in between scans there compared to straightforward scans there. So yeah, this is definitely a little bit of a hook right there on that one. Looks like it did do a little bit of a merge there on that last scan, a couple scans ago, because that's definitely a hook. Take a look at the one down here. I do want to look at this one here. I don't know how much of a radar hole we're gonna be in here with this particular one, because this one is between Nashville and something's in my throat. hold on. I need to turn off that there. All right, there we go. There we go. So yeah, we're kind of in between radar sites on this one, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to kind of see where exactly we're gonna be looking for that rotation. I try to, with the color table I got, I try to get that so I can take a little bit of better look at the velocities. But I don't know how much it's gonna help us this situation. The rotation is most likely gonna be in there somewhere, just to the east of Grimsley. There, yeah, it's Grimsley, Grimsley, Tennessee. There was a okay. What is this? Oh, this was the most recent one. It looks like. All right. Let me. I think I pulled the right one. Let's see. I don't even think my stream. Yeah, stream deck. My stream deck is not connected. Let me just get that connected up real quick, as well. Make this a little bit easier to kind of do things on a stream here. Do want to keep a look. Gotta keep an eye on this one here for now. While we're at it, is this gotta work now? Okay, let me just test something. No, how is it not wanting to work now? Yeah, I don't know why that's not wanting to work properly. I feel like it probably should be working. Maybe. Yeah, it's not wanting to work. I don't know why. Accounts, add account. Maybe that's why. My nose is kind of dripping. I don't know if that's just allergies though. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's certain things that are just not wanting to work at the moment. I may have to do a few things kind of manually at the moment, so I can find hopefully a temporary fix to some things. If I can't find a temporary fix or a permanent fix, then we'll do things just manually at the moment. I do want to take a quick look at what it looks like on weather-wise. Also, here's that mesoscale discussion I was talking about here. So, some threat for a tornado or two hail and locally damaging winds will continue through the evening. And that's going to be for the portion that we're looking at right here in Tennessee. And also Kentucky as well. Also, even into Virginia, too. The western portion of Virginia. I don't know how much of this is going up towards West Virginia. Let's take a look at the Jackson radar real quick. There's a little bit of storms here as well going through West Virginia. Although I don't think those are going to be as concerning for severe weather compared to what is going on to the south of that. Okay, that works apparently though. I don't know why my multi-action's not working though. So they should be working, but they're not. I have them selected properly too. That's a thing. So I don't know. I do wonder if do we have SBC watches? Oh, we do. I don't know why it's like that, but is. What if I do that? Severe. Oh yeah, that's better. That's a lot better than whatever that was. That right there. I don't know what that was. SBC. Oh, okay, there we go. National Weather Service. So I have a couple of place files that I have. So yeah, we've got Severe Thunderstorm Watch right here. Expires at 12 a.m. Eastern Time, so that's at 11 p.m. Central. Although it says, yeah, 11 p.m. Central Time is when it's supposed to expire out there. What is my wheel of my chair getting stuck on? I have no idea. Apparently, it's getting stuck on the garbage bag, plastic. Apparently. I would turn off a couple of these place files real quick. And we got one big severe thunderstorm warning here. So it's kind of probably turning into a situation where it's going to be more outflow with the storm. So we're going to be seeing those strong winds coming out of this. Do we have any... got any plot points in this area? Let's see. So, wind calm. Yeah, that's definitely old report there. Trying to see if there's anything at all. I do have the MPing reports on for the place file as well. Definitely seems to be more of a broad area. Two areas here that are kind of broad areas of rotations compared to tight rotations. Let me just pull up weather-wise and kind of compare the two between GR2 analysis and then also what's going on here. So we still have, okay, that tornado warning looks like it expired out. Your dagger canceled out. Hold on, let me go back real quick. How much? Yeah, it expired out. Wait. At 8, when does this expire here? Let me take a quick look. Expired 8:50. Yeah, so it expired out. All right, so I'm looking at weather-wise. Let me turn on velocities. Yeah, they're basically about the same between GR2 analysis and then also weather-wise. I feel like I want to use weather-wise. But I wish they kind of had the option for looking between different frames on their radar, because that's the one thing I think Radar Scope even has on desktop. I think too. So there's a couple areas here that we're gonna keep watching. Although they're kind of broadened out at this point. Still got this tornado warning ongoing in Tennessee to be east of Clark. Well, yeah, east of Clark Range and Grimsley. The rotation is going to be right in there. Let me switch over to GR2, not GR2. Let me switch over to weather-wise, kind of compare here. Yeah, we're kind of in between radars right now, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to kind of see, but that rotation should be right smack in the middle of that tornado warning there. So I can also imagine it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of see between these two radars as well, considering the mountain kind of, I think this is kind of like a either hilly or mountainous range over this area, because this still is the Appalachians right here. Yeah, that rotation is going to be right near, that's going to be southwest of Sunbright in Tennessee. Let me take a look at reflectivity while I'm at it. See if there's anything. I want to say that's maybe a CC drop there, but that also could be just hail, considering the distance and the height that we're looking at on radar, and then also just the distance from radar too. Because the more a radar kind of looks up into the atmosphere, the harder and just the worse it looks on radar from a distance, basically. Which doesn't help very much, but that is one thing. Although that definitely seems to be potentially on the ground. That is gonna be once again that is gonna be southwest of Sunbright. This is still an ongoing tornado warning. So we got another 10 minutes on this tornado warning. We'll have to see if they end up extending this tornado warning or if it gets extending the tornado warning or this gets confirmed as well at the same time with that tornado warning if they end up extending it, because that seems to be a debris signature there compared to a hail. There's not really that deep purple that you would see with a hail core, so this is most likely on the ground going towards Lansing in Tennessee. Moving east at 37 knots, but this is more or less is moving southeast, if anything, compared to just east. It seems like that CC drop there doesn't seem to be as prevalent. I'm still trying to wait and see if that is a tornado that did. Oh, yeah, there we go. They did end up extending that tornado warning. This is going to be for Lansing, Wartburg, Oliver Springs, Oak Ridge, Fork Mountain, and Rosedale. This is moving east at 47 miles per hour. Potential capable of producing a tornado. So this is still radar indicated at the moment. Continue to seek shelter, stay in your lowest part of a building and or home. Or your the lowest part of your building and or home, or the most interior part of a building and or home. There's definitely a chance this might have just made a potential CC drop or touchdown. Oh, that's hail right there. So there is hail that is being dropped from this particular storm here. What size hail is this even dropping anyways? I'm kind of curious. Quarter size hail. We do have another tornado warning ongoing in Kentucky as well, which is going to be for Wallens Creek, South Wallens, Loyal, Harlan, and there's also going to be Cowwood in that tornado warning included as well. It's a small area. Still got a lot of areas that are populated within this area that are under tornado warning in Kentucky as well. Once again, if you're in any tornado, and both of these tornado warnings here, or any tornado warning ever, seek shelter, lowest part of your building and or home, or the most interior part of your building and or home. One thing as well, I'm kind of just looking forward to is to see if there's anything in terms of updates at all with this particular tornado warning as well. Since this one did seem to have some type of CC drop on it, although it is nighttime, so it's gonna be pretty difficult to spot anything at all. Oh, we do have a confirmed tornado now as well. This is a confirmed tornado that was located near Wartburg, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Once again, if you're in this tornado warning, seek shelter now. This is a tornado that has been confirmed to be on the ground. It's going to be moving east towards Lansing and Wartburg. It's going to be near Petros and Fork Mountain, probably in the next few minutes or so. Continue to stay in your safe places. I just had a sneeze. Yeah, allergies are definitely starting to kick off. There's some. Yeah, we do have a confirmed tornado that is on the ground. Debris signature is gonna be right in there. The smaller one than the blue that we saw a little bit ago with the scans that we previously saw, but tornado is on the ground once again, moving east at 40 miles per hour. It was located near Wartburg. Could be going towards Fork Mountain and Petros. Also got that tornado warning on going up here as well in Kentucky at the moment. Take a quick back look at this one. Although I think we are on a radar that can see this. Though I don't know if Jackson's radar is going to be closer. I don't think it is. This one over in Talbot, I think, is going to be the closest one towards this. Definitely, well, there definitely seems to be some tighter rotation right in there. But it seems like, I mean, there's some rotation that is trying to tighten up in there, but it doesn't seem to be as strong as it was at that scan there. I do want to take a look at the CC drop on this one in particular as well. Take a quick look here. Where is... Oh, I need the cross-section one here. Take a quick look at the CC drop. So, looks like potentially this debris was lofted almost up to 20,000 feet in air, if that is debris that was picked up there initially, over by, southwest of Sunbright. Not sure. think it's mostly a mountain area. Maybe a couple houses there. There's probably 3 extinguisher from trees on that one, most likely. Alright, that tornado warning up in Kentucky has been canceled out. So now we only have a tornado warning ongoing in Tennessee at the moment, which does have a confirmed tornado on it. It was located near Wartburg. It looks like that other tornado warning that was inside that tornado warning has also expired out. Still have this tornado warning ongoing for another 14 minutes. This is still moving towards the east, towards Fork Mountain, and Petros continue to stay in their safe places. Quick look at the velocities again. Oh, looks like kind of broke for a second there. So I think the scan kind of. Okay, so that's when they updated that tornado warning to confirmed and kind of condensed it. So we're kind of in that section where it's gonna be very side lobed contaminated and velocity. So we're going to be judging it from the CC drop. Although that CC drop doesn't seem to be as prevalent as it was a couple scans ago. So this may be lifted back up and was only on the ground for a few minutes or so. Gonna continue to monitor this for now. See if anything does end up changing at all. I do want to take a look at. Do we still have the? Still have. Yeah, we still have that area that was rotating, which was that area there. I think to this point it's kind of occluded. May have something that was trying to potentially occur by Blackmont, but yeah, this is, I think, mostly just becoming outflow at this point compared to a tornado threat. Not that we couldn't see a QLCS tornado threat, but I don't think we're going to see anything in terms of that and that activity at this point in time. Maybe some isolated areas of strong gusts and winds out of that activity here. Lots of lightning, though, out of this activity, though. These are all lightning strikes here. With all these pluses here, I don't know how well you guys can kind of see this on stream, but each one of these pluses are strikes within the last 20 minutes, basically. That's a lot of lightning within this. And also over here, too, there was a bunch of lightning. So there's quite a bit of a light show with these two here towards the Tennessee. One by the Tennessee-Kentucky border, and then we got the one over in Tennessee that is also having a lot of lightning by it as well. This is going towards the western portion of Virginia as well. See if we had anything changed at all with this. Still a confirmed tornado with this tornado warning. Still got another 11 minutes on the tornado warning as well. Still moving east towards Petros and Fork Mountain at 55 miles per hour compared to the 47 it was at. Well, actually, no, that's just a storm itself. But the tornado is, yeah, okay, so it's I don't know why there's two different ones. Although I guess the one is for storm and the other one is for tornado. I get used to looking at GR2 analysis, like graphics compared to Radar Omegas. Because Radar Omega, I'm used to looking at. Not so much GR2 analysis. Let's see here. Because I am kind of comparing the areas of rotation on weather-wise as well, since that is going to be a little bit. Both these are going to be a little bit faster than Radar Omega on this Wi-Fi at the moment. There does look to be a storm spotter over to Oak Ridge. Last update as of 5 minutes ago, and I got another one over by Harryman. Last update just now, so literally just a few seconds ago on that particular person. Tornado warning continuing for Oak Ridge, Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and Coalfield, Tennessee as well. Still have observe tag on it. My guess is you're waiting to see if that CC drop is going to update or not. Or waiting to see if that updates. Although, looking at weather-wise, it's a little bit more cleaner on weather-wise with the CC drop. With how that's visualized on there. It looks like there definitely is still something that is on the ground. Which is still to the north of Wartburg. Which, let me switch over to that real quick here. Give you guys a quick look at where is that's not weather-wise. That's weather-wise right there. Okay, there we go. So this is weather-wise. This may be a little weird to look at because of, let me just do this real quick here. Which is a little bit easier to look at. So this is weather-wise. It's a free radar site and also app as well they can get. So you can see where that area is, where that CC drop is. Although I do wonder how much of that is hail contamination in there, because this is producing hail as well. Because this is producing 1 inch size hail, up to 1 inch size hail out of this. Quick look up here. I forgot the way to turn off the mesoscale discussions. That way I can look this better, if at all. Mesoscale, not that. Discussions, I think it is. Yeah, there we go. That's how you turn that off. There we go. That's a little bit better to look at. Don't have the mesoscale discussion in the way. Yeah, you can see all the storm spiders down here. Lots of storm spiders on this. 2 minutes ago, just now. So yeah, a lot of storm spiders are starting to pop up on the map here on weather-wise. I may need to get water in a second here as well. That's another thing. It's also, as you say, because it's also been a while since I've talked this much on stream. Because the last stream I did was about a month ago at this point. With the, I think it was January 5th. And that was I think it might have been it was an enhanced risk day. And that was also when that winter storm was going through the portions of Kansas, Missouri, and all that. Which was interesting to see that day with the association with the severe weather with that winter storm. I'm going to go back to GR2 analysis. Still got another 6 minutes on this tornado warning. Also still got all of these up here. We got this one moving east at 45. Max wind gust 52 knots, which is 50. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Don't know if we have a... Doesn't seem like there is a tornado possible tag on this one, though. I do want to check this one here. Yeah, so all the ones in Kentucky right now don't have a tornado possible tag on them. It's mostly a wind and also a hail threat at the moment for those particular ones. Do want to take a look at velocities again. Definitely keeping my eye on the ones on this one here. See if we get anything developing on this line here. Although, definitely potentially seeing some heavy rain out of this area here. Maybe some hail out of that as well. Because this did say quarter-sized hail. This tornado warning here. Oh, that's another extension. It's extension on the ongoing tornado warning. So for this extension on this tornado warning, it's back down to radar indicated. So got another 34 minutes on the tornado warning now. This one's probably gonna expire out, as we saw with another tornado warning from earlier that had another 4 minutes on it. So this is gonna be continuing for Petros, Oliver Springs, Oak Ridge, and Rosedale. This is now including Solway, Carnes, and Clinton. This is still in Tennessee. This is just west of Knoxville. If you're in Knoxville, I would be prepared to go to a basement or some part of your building that is the most interior part of your building and or the lowest part of your building in your home. Stay weather aware. Because this did produce a tornado earlier. Kind of monitoring velocity as well. Where is Weatherwise at? Oh, there's Weatherwise. That rotation is going to be right near Fork Mountain. Although it's pretty weak rotation at the moment. Actually, no, it's actually still strong rotation, but it is broad rotation. So got another 40, well, not now 32 minutes, 31 minutes now actually. As soon as I went to say 32 minutes, now it's down to 31. So we got another 31 minutes on this tornado warning. This is a severe storm warning that did produce a tornado earlier. It's moving east at 40 miles per hour, just going towards Knoxville. Once again, if you're in the Knoxville area, be prepared to take shelter or go to the lowest part of your building and or home, or the most interior part of your building or home. Looks like there's definitely some hail that is being produced from this one over by Egan. That's about golf ball sized hail, I think, being produced out of this. Although it says max hail of 1 inch. Not that obviously with these kind of storms, you couldn't see hail larger than that, but that is definitely some much larger hail that is being picked up by radar and reflectivity here. We have another tornado warning that's going to be over in Kentucky, which is going to be for Harlan County. This is going to be including Smith and Cottonwood. This is a area of rotation that's going to be right in there by Alva. That's definitely a lot stronger rotation. That is definitely some strong rotation. I think this is the one I was kind of watching too earlier because this is the frame I was looking at. I'm like, definitely could be something that could develop out of that. And yeah, that does seem to be rotating with that particular area there. So we're going to keep an eye on this one here. This one we're definitely going to keep an eye on. This one is definitely trying to tighten up into something. We'll see if it progresses or not. Alright, we no longer have that confirmed tornado warning in Tennessee. Once again, continue to stay in your safe places, whether it be your lowest part of your building or home, or your most interior part of your building or home. There's also a couple other towns in this area as well that we're looking at in Tennessee. Tier 2 doesn't show the amount of towns that are also included in this area. You got Creech, Leggett, Bartow, Stanfield, Yancey, Pansy, Mary, Ellis, Martins Fork, Sampson, Smith, 3 Point, Cole Camp, Bob's Creek. The Tier 2 analysis is picking up a signature, like not a signature, but definitely some type of rotation on that area here near Everett's and Disney. I'm guessing that is. Looks like we do have an extension on that tornado warning. I saw that tornado warning before DRT analysis even updated. So that is going to be an extension on that tornado warning. It's going to be going right into Virginia on that tornado warning as well. We'll probably see that in the next couple scans here once this actually updates in the next second here probably. Although this is taking a while. GR2 analysis is taking a little bit to update. But this is going to be including places such as in West Virginia, or not West Virginia, Virginia, Boone's Path, Hagen, Smiley, Hubbard Spring, Flingertown, Jonesville, Cedar Hill, Carroll Mill, Hegnertown, Wilson Hill, Van, Kinser Mill, Blackwater, and I think that might be Hockett as well is also included in this as well. Alright, there we go. There's that tornado warning that I was talking about earlier with the extension. That's going to be going for 41 minutes. Once again, continue to stay in your safe places. So we got tornado warnings in 3 separate states right now. The one that's in Kentucky right now is probably gonna be. I imagine it's gonna either be expired out or canceled out. We'll have to see. The one tornado warning over by Knoxville here, just west of Knoxville, doesn't seem like there has been another. Doesn't seem like there's been a radar update in a few minutes here. So we'll have to wait and see if anything does get updated or not. Bro, just looking at my Twitter notifications, the first 2 notifications I see is just from bots, Twitter bots, like in my post. I swear, Twitter has a big bot issue, which is unfortunate. Also, kind of annoying too, because bots just take up a lot of space. I guess you could say. I don't know. So we got another 23 minutes on the tornado warning over in Tennessee. Let me look at. Let me look at the. Yeah, even on weather-wise, it's basically the same as GR2 analysis with the velocities on this one. I was just surprised if this goes for another 23 minutes, to be honest, because it doesn't seem like there's really much at this point in terms of rotation on this particular one. We'll have to keep an eye on it just in case, but at this point, it seems to be not as much of a threat as it was earlier. Still continue to stay in your safe places just in case. We are going to take a quick look again at this one over here. Still got that broad area rotation, or is now broad, going towards the east into Virginia. Just continue to monitor here. Let's see if we got anything. Definitely seems to be potentially a lot more just of hail threat out of this area here. Because a lot of that right there is all hail contamination on that. Just if it was a tornado, it'd be a little bit more centered in a little area. I mean, not that I haven't seen this with debris fallout from a tornado like this, but that's more than likely hail contamination on that. I do also wonder if this is trying to rotate as well. I don't know why it's not allowing me to go back and forth between frames. Unless it's that many frames that hasn't been updated in a while. Which seems to be the case. Mostly just updates on condensed tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment. Still got another 21 minutes on the tornado warning over in Tennessee. Still got another 6 minutes on the one over in Kentucky. And we got 36 minutes on the one over in Virginia. Still got a broad area rotation that's just to the west of Smith in Kentucky. This is right near the border of the 2 states as well. That's another thing. Also, kind of how close of these are to, well, between the 3 states, if anything, with this. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on that one. That's definitely hail. Even though it looks like it is trying to hook. I'm still keeping an eye on this one. That one I'm kind of suspicious about with what's doing there. Although velocity and Doesn't seem like velocities kind of line up with the CC either, though. So definitely just hail, if anything. Does this say max hail size 1 inch size hail? So they're gonna 4 minutes on the one in Kentucky, and then we got 34 minutes on the one in Virginia still. Let me turn back to velocity real quick. Not seeing a whole lot of activity. Oh, that's definitely a lot clearer contamination right there. Holy. Yeah, not seeing a whole lot of activity out of this here. Although that rotation is going to be right in there, though. You do see a little bit of a hook right there. I wish there was drawing tools on your 2 ounces. Unless there is. I don't know where they are at, but I'm pretty sure there's no drawing tools on your 2 analysis. I wonder if there's a place file for that. There's got to be a place file for that. Drawing. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, no, there's none. But if this is still rotating, it's gonna be right in there. You kind of see one area going like that, and then you got another one going like that. Somewhere in there. Definitely keeping an eye on that. I was no longer having that tornado warning ongoing in Kentucky. So now this is a tornado. We still got the two tornado warnings, but one's just in Virginia, and then you got the other one that we were just looking at, which is the one in Tennessee, west of Knoxville. We'll have to see if that gets an extension or not. There's a chance it probably won't, but the moment these are the two that we're gonna have to keep our eyes on for now. Trying to see if there's anything on Twitter at all. Did see a post from National Weather Service Chicago. Looks like a good portion of northeastern portion of Illinois is gonna be seeing up to 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts through tonight. It looks like through midnight tonight. It looks like okay. That's gonna be. We're just seeing if what kind of reports we'll see, if anything out of that at all. So I just saw a post from James Pettis, which is that the storm we were looking at with the Tennessee one. Yeah, that definitely was a CC drop from earlier. Because I was looking at, let's go like way back real quick here. Because I saw this with the debris signature between Sunbright, southwest of Sunbright, and then continue to see that still on the ground for about a few minutes there, and then lifted. Potentially some type of debris that was there for a brief moment. Potentially. Okay, we do have another tornado warning, which is going to be... That is a long tornado warning. Okay. That's going to be for a lot of areas. Alright, well, this is going to be for all the way... That's going to be all the way to Newport in Tennessee here. Where is that even going into? Is that extending... I don't think that's extending into North Carolina yet. I don't think. That is a long tornado warning in terms of length. I mean, it's 46, well, 45 minutes on a tornado warning as well, but still. Alright, we no longer have that tornado warning ongoing in Virginia. Although, it still shows that there's a... Okay, there we go. Now we're updated here. I don't know what was... I think it's because I was so far back. But we do have 2 tornado warnings in Virginia now. So we'll get this one going on for another 29 minutes. We got this one here and just north of that. So we may be starting to see a QLCS tornado threat now compared to a either a discrete to semi-discrete supercell threat here. Although there's a chance there's probably some type of semi-discrete cells in this, but I doubt it. Just considering this line here. So this is definitely turning into more of a QLCS tornado threat. This is located over near Disney. Pennington Gap. And Fort Black. Is that Blackmore? Blackmore? Or, yeah, it's Blackmore right there. So we still have a tornado threat ongoing for now 2 states, which is going to be for Tennessee and Virginia. Now seeing that tornado warning right here, which is now covering almost to North Carolina. This is actually going to be for quite a few areas, also including Knoxville. Yeah, that's definitely trying to hook right there. That hook's going to be right in there. See a little bit of inflow right there. I don't know how I can tell that with this, but that is where it's hooking right there. So we could see a recycling of this tornado here. Could be on the ground again, and potentially a few moments if this does end up recycling and touching down on the ground. It's going to be for Powell, Knoxville I mentioned earlier, Marbledale, Mascot, Strawberry Plains, Silverville, Danridge. Let me look at weather-wise real quick to see who else is in this area as well. We got New Hopewell, we got Boyd's Creek, Cattlesburg, Cosby, Belmont, Bainbury. Even though it doesn't show Bainbury in this on Year 2 analysis, but Bainbury is included within this tornado warning. So got another 11 minutes. They did, okay, there we go. They did just condense that tornado warning a little bit, but not by much. Yeah, that's definitely trying to hook right there. It's going towards the east, towards Knoxville. This is probably going to be heading more towards the northern portion of Knoxville. Continue to seek shelter to your lowest part of the building and our home, or the most interior part of the building or home. Could see something. Yeah, that's definitely the big area rotation right in there, potentially. I do want to take a look at... Yeah, this is definitely trying to recycle. No doubt. Up here is more, I think, more of an embedded tornado threat compared to a supercell threat. Discrete supercell threat. I wonder if these are nudging right into this as well. Because sometimes when you have nudgers, they kind of give the supercell kind of some fuel to kind of spin up. Yeah, definitely. I'm keeping my eye on these ones up here, but I think these are becoming more outflow compared to a tornadic threat. Not that with this right here, it looks like it's trying to do something, but at this point in time, it doesn't seem like it's doing much. Got this here, so this one also could be trying to wrap up here into a tornado. Do we have tornado possible tag on this or not? We do have tornado possible tag on it. So we do have a couple of storms that are getting into that area where that instability area. Where is my SPC? Oh, yeah, there we go. I do one thing I did not look at either is the lapse rates. Which the lapse rates it looks like it is about 6 to 5.5, which I mean is pretty low, but still enough to get some spin ups, especially with that instability still in this area as well, which looks to be about 500 kilojoules of instability. So another thing too about this area, Knoxville, from what I've kind of heard and also seen on Discord here, is that Knoxville is kind of an area where it's very mountainous, and that's also kind of why the radar is kind of all the way over here because all the mountains, which I kind of feared with looking at the terrain here on GR2 analysis with the Appalachians being this line here. Although I might be called something different, but I know this is the Appalachians out here towards the eastern portion of the U.S. here. Do have a severe thunderstorm warning, so yeah, this may be just a QLCS tornado threat in Virginia right now that is ongoing. Also, one thing I don't think I mentioned either is I do now have that graphic at the top left now for velocities, which is it's a newer graphic compared to the old one that I had. I was gonna say I hope you guys like the new graphic I have for that as well. Wanted to get something that's a little bit more fresh and not what I used to use for velocities on for a velocity graphic on my stream here. Definitely seems to be trying to wrap up. Let me take a look at this one here because this I know was trying to potentially spin up. So maybe doing a storm merge there. I don't know how much of that's gonna affect it though. We'll have to see. So it could merge back into this, and then it may turn into not as much of a threat for a tornado. Not that it couldn't produce a tornado still, but still got a slight risk. I don't know how long ago was that up? Not uploaded. Do we have anything new for? I don't think we. Nah, we don't have any new Mezcal discussions. Still got a tornado warning continuing for Oak Ridge, which is kind of interesting that they're continuing that area, considering the main area of rotation has moved out of that area. That does seem to be trying to strengthen in rotation too, so continue to seek shelter in your safe place, whether it be your lowest private building and or home, or most interior private building or home. I wonder what this looks like on weather-wise. It's about the same on weather-wise. I would say I want to. I don't know. Let me just copy and paste theta-wise, not theta-wise. Weather-wise. Yeah, even Radar Omega has a pretty good view of this as well. Which actually let me load that up because I know the window capture I have on is the Radar Omega. How big is this? Did I pick it? Yeah, make this. Yeah. Okay, apparently I made it massive on here. Okay, there. So here's what it looks like on Radar Omega. It's about the same as on GR2, although Radar Omega is a little bit cleaner. I don't know why that's on 150 frames. It should not be on 150 frames, but now it's back down to 30 frames for each frame here. Do I not have... Oh, that's why. There we go. Now it's all back on. Okay. We have one tornado warning ongoing in Virginia. Let me turn on tornado reports, actually. Is that a new severe thunderstorm watch that just got issued, or is that the continuation of that? And it's just blinking because it got updated. I feel like it's just because it got updated. Because sometimes that happens with Radar Omega, where even if it's not a new one, and it's just an update, it'll do that. It's kind of weird, but it works. Let me just... Yeah, okay, Radar Omega is working a lot better now compared to what it was earlier. We'll go back to GR2 analysis in case anything kind of breaks on itself. Because sometimes Radar Omega ends up just breaking itself for no reason. Also, that is where that area was. Let me look at what that rotation was earlier that got tornado warned. Like, even that right there near Everts, I think was tornado warned earlier. Although that was, like, way back in scans, though. So this is basically current here. Definitely not as tight of a rotation as it was earlier. Let me turn this back over to blue, not red, so it's a little bit easier to kind of see the colors between the tornado warning and also all the velocities on radar here. Make it a little bit easier to see. Yeah, that is definitely some rotation on going in there. I forgot. I don't know if it's shift. Oh, I think that just... I forgot what the keybind is for velocity. Where is it? Okay, there. Oh, shift R, not shift V or R. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, that's where that's at. Although I do wonder how much of that as well could be a downburst too, because sometimes even on sometimes on radar you can see downburst, and now Radar Omega is deciding it must be slow. So I had it for a few seconds, but now it just breaks. So yeah, this is the one thing about Radar Omega on this Wi-Fi, is it sometimes it'll work and then it decides it just breaks. So I'll have to go back over to GR2 analysis for now until this kind of fixes itself. Do we have another? I'm looking at the active warnings, and there's a third one, but that third one is this right here, which is still got basically another 2 minutes on it, which is, I'm guessing, just gotta let that expire out for now, and not cancel it. Which I guess if it was in Jacksonville, Kentucky's territory, I guess they would have canceled it. Because they did cancel tornado warnings out. Unless there was Nashville as well. What is this report here? Lawn furniture or trash can displays, small twigs broken. So we got wind damage report there. That was all the way over in Rickman, Tennessee, just northeast of Cookeville there. I think my Radar Omega is back again here. Yeah, it's back. Okay. Yeah, definitely seems to be a hook right there. Although, I wonder how much it's struggling right now to even kind of spin up because of the merging with all this down here. It definitely seems to have some type of strong rotation on there. I don't think there's anything on CC drop yet, though. Although, maybe that near Fountain City could have been something, but... can't be too sure. Because sometimes it's just contamination and Radar Omega is broken again. Yeah, going back. Alright. Although I will say GR2 analysis is a little bit more better seamless rotation when it comes to switching things. Yeah, that definitely seems to be hooking right there. And then as well yesterday, speaking of radar apps, I tried to use VSV3, which is another radar kind of software. It's more like a what looks like to be like a news type of deal with how it looks. I try to use it, and when zooming out, it's so slow on it. I mean, the amount of features it had, it was pretty cool. It looked pretty decent, but it was just so slow with how it kind of did things. And we have another tornado warning, which is gonna be for that one up here, which we were looking at earlier. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this one was gonna get tornado warned or not. It looks like it kind of had a little bit of dry slide, and then Mountain, Bean Station, Russellville, and Morristown over in Tennessee. So we have 2 tornado warnings ongoing in Tennessee, and we got one in Virginia, which the one in Virginia still has another 13 minutes on it. We may see that one potentially get canceled out. We'll have to see, because it doesn't look like there is much activity on this one as much as it was earlier. It looked like there was a little bit of activity there a couple scans ago, but I think it's kind of moved out. So that probably will either expire out, be canceled out. We'll have to watch and see. Definitely keeping an eye on this one here, though, because this one is trying to wrap back up and potentially produce a tornado. Don't know how much it's gonna struggle with a storm merger, though, with this down here. Let me take a look at where is. Oh yeah, close out weather-wise. Oops. So we got what else we got in this area too? Besides, we got Morristown in there as well within this tornado warning. We got quite a few towns in this area, so this is a quite populated area with both of these. Once again, if you're in any of these areas, continue to seek shelter. And if you haven't found, and if you haven't gone to your shelter, find the lowest private building in your home or your most interior private building in your home. Puncheon Camp is also included in this. Avondale Springs, Bowden, Lake Forest Estates, Morristown. We also got Pineville, which is in the Morristown area. So we got a bunch of kind of subdivisions that are included in the Morristown area. Needmore, Mooresburg, Bean Station. I'm still waiting on the next radar update here. See if we got any updates on that velocity at all near just to north of Knoxville at this point. Don't know if we have any cameras in this area. I imagine there probably is cameras in Knoxville, but don't know if they're gonna be on Weatherwise or even Radar Omega. There probably would be on Radar Omega. I know for that because of I think it's the University of Tennessee. I think actually that would be for the cameras in the area. Yeah, University of Tennessee. A lot of rain. Let me just switch over to Radar Omega real quick. Kind of show you guys the camera here. Very windy on this one here. And then you got the other one over here, which is by Mechanicsville, looks like. We got a lot of rain, very windy. Because there is that, I think it's 60-mile-per-hour wind gust coming out of this, going towards the east here. You can see where that rotation is at near Knoxville. This is just to the northeast of Knoxville at this point, going towards the east, towards places such as Kodak, Alder Branch. Zoom on in here, see Midway, Peters Mill. Also got Thorn Grove. Be also going towards Seaverville as well. Then we got this one up here, which is that recently warned one. Alright, we no longer have that tornado warning ongoing over Virginia at this point in time. So we now only have ongoing tornado warnings in Tennessee, which is going to be covering major areas such as Morristown and Bean Station, and all the way over in areas like Beech Grove and Raven Hill. And then we also got the one over by Knoxville. This is also going to be, the tornado warning also includes Sevierville, and west of Newport here. Still seeing potentially some tight rotation. Although we are actually we're only a minute behind on scan right now. So we're not too far off right now in terms of, not rotation scan, but velocities right now. Then that rotation up towards this way, it's going to be right in there, just by Beech Grove. Although velocities look a little bit messy, but that may just be side load contamination. Towards me in Gatlinburg. Let me see where that's at. It's all the way down here. Gatlinburg, I think you should be good for tonight, because this is mostly going on this eastward path here compared to a southeastern, this way southeasterly, and more this way southeasterly. So you should be good for tonight. I was gonna say there's probably a pretty good lightning show out there, probably. Although I don't know how much of it you would be able to see with the lightning, considering the geography of this area. Probably see it from a little bit afar though. With the upper areas, probably see all the lightning. Which I am kind of curious. Where is my tier 2 analysis actually? Yeah, okay, so here's the lightning within the last 20 minutes right in here. Oh, there we go. There's my mouse cursor. I'm like, where's my mouse cursor? So that lightning is going to be right in there. So it doesn't seem like there's that much lightning, but there is lightning within this. So we got rotation right in there. to now. This is now more towards the northeast still of Knoxville, going towards the east, moving east at 52 knots. Which is about 60 miles per hour. Pretty calm. 69 degrees. I was gonna say those temperatures sound real nice right now with here in Illinois, where it's kind of, I say kind of cold, but it is pretty cold. Although it's more seasonably cold compared to what it was about a week ago at this point, I think. Maybe a couple days ago. No, yesterday though we had some ice that kind of accumulated overnight. And it made everything slippery. Although, good thing with where I'm at, they absolutely just salted the sidewalks like no tomorrow. I don't know about the roads, but I know there's a couple areas that had ice, and there was a couple accidents. Well, I say a couple, but it's more like a few accidents that occurred, unfortunately. I was like this. You storms like this. Yeah, I can't even speak English. Storms like this don't happen in Smokies in February, usually in the mid Dixie. I was gonna say because I've seen more storm activity during months like I want to say maybe June, July, maybe August or September, somewhere around there. Probably more like September, August, September, or something like that. That I see activity down here. Although more than likely, actually, April and May, because April and May is the peak 2 months for tornadic activity. Even in June, actually, you still see quite a bit of tornadic activity. Although once we get to June and July, that's kind of when you see a lot more MCSs and the occasional derecho. Last year we had a derecho, and the year before that, which a lot of them were a lot of the derechos have been occurring over in the Midwest, from what I've seen. Although I think there was one that did go down over in Oklahoma and Texas. I don't remember what year it was though. We have chased two hurricanes last summer. I was gonna say last summer I will say it was probably the kind of I want to say a prime time for kind of chasing hurricanes with the amount of hurricanes we saw last hurricane season, or the more recent hurricane season, I should say. Because it was only yeah, hurricane season was only like well, I know hurricane season only goes to November, but probably like it was February, January, December, November, so 4 months about already. Man, time I will say time is flying. Mm. That is something I just noticed on my GR2 analysis compared to my GR2. So that's where that is kind of tightening a rotation right there. That's gonna be right near Thornhill. That is tight rotation, and let me switch over to Radar Omega to kind of give a better visual here. That's gonna be between Beech Grove and Thornhill, and they just updated it. Doesn't look like it's radar confirmed yet though. Seems to be just mostly rotation at the moment. That is some tight rotation though on it. Would not be surprised if we see a tornado out of that though. Let me check CC. Doesn't look like there is a CC drop on this one quite yet, but that is definitely tight rotation on that. We'll be going towards Rockhaven and also Bean Station. I don't know why, but Bean Station, I don't know why I like that name. I don't know why. I don't know. Funny names. I don't know. Funny names for towns I like. I don't know why. Looking at the current scan here, velocity looks a little bit messy, but that may be due to terrain because we are kind of looking in an area where it's a little bit more hilly and mountainous. So, I switch her back to GR2 analysis real quick as well while Radar Omega is taking the scenic route loading. Still monitoring the one down here that is now east of Knoxville. This is, where's my measurement tool? This is about like 10-ish miles out now. Definitely broad rotation on that. Doesn't seem to be as tight rotation, but it's a strong but broad rotation type of deal on this one, I think, at this point in time. Once again, if you're any of these tornado warnings, continue to seek shelter. Go to your lowest building or home. Lowest private building or home, or most interior private building or home. This one seems to be pretty concerning, though. I will say by Thornhill. It's probably one of the more tighter rotations I've seen in a while. I know there was one earlier this morning in Kentucky that did produce a tornado. Preliminary, I know, was EF1. I don't know if that is the official yet, but at this point, I think that was the official rating for that tornado in Kentucky from this morning. I may have to see and look. I think I don't know who's WFO that occurred in though. That's the only thing. Stormer Media is over in California chasing that winter storm over that way. Alright, for the most part, that what I see is a lot of people mostly covering what's obviously going on in Tennessee right now. Camped in the Panama City parking garage 2018 as Hurricane Michael came over. It sounded like I was in a train engine. My car got hit by some rock on the fourth floor. Wow, I was gonna say I know Hurricane Michael had some pretty strong winds on it, but a whole rock. I was gonna say how big was a rock? If you remember how big it was, that was probably how long ago was 2018? Anyways, at this point, holy 2025, 2018. So it's about 7 years ago. Holy. Small rock the size of small rock the size of marble, but cracked up the window. Man, winds were picking up that rock and just throwing it across. Oh, I do have a confirmed tornado now with this particular area here. Looks like that right there may be something, but hard to tell compared to what's being shown at velocities right now. The velocities show this right here, but it looks like that on CC drop there. There's a chance that velocity has not updated yet. Okay, there we go. Now CC has, well, not CC, but velocities have updated. So it looks like it did touch down right there towards the west of Bean Station. This was confirmed tornado located near Bean Station, 7 miles northeast of Rutledge. Radar confirmed. So here's that radar confirmed storm here that I was talking about. Although the velocity doesn't look like it is as strong as it was earlier. The CC dropped in update for a while because we are looking at this kind of like a area where that the radar really can't see. It also did take a while for radar to kind of update there as well. That's another thing. Let me get me. Do I have my water by me? I don't think I have water by me. Or, well, a water that is already filled up and near me. That's open. I don't think I have one. Because I am kind of noticing my throat starting to get a little bit dry here. Alright, got water. Oh, why is the cap so... Why is the cap tighten up? Alright, there we go. Still monitoring this one, although at this point, I mean, it's still rotating. Definitely still some type of hook. I do wonder if it's struggling with storm mergers right now. Because sometimes storm mergers kind of make or break. Do it like a make or break situation with these type of things. There's definitely still a hook. This is out of Knoxville, going towards Sevierville. If this is making the kind of line like that there, the chance that Pigeon Forge and Pittman Center does get included in another tornado warning here. And then this gets condensed down. We'll have to see in the next couple minutes at most here. See what kind of happens. Still seeing any updates on the CC drop on this at all. Doesn't seem like there is much ongoing with this, even though it is confirmed tornado because of that right there. It was confirmed near like 7 miles west of Bean Station, so we'll have to see if that progresses at all or not. Even though it is confirmed tornado, not really seeing a whole lot of activity on this anymore. But do continue to stay in your shelters and your safe places. Because this one's been hooking for a while, for the past few minutes. But hasn't produced anything at all so far. Compared to the one that we were looking at earlier here, which still has confirmed tornado tag on it at the moment. Going towards Bean Station and Russellville. I wonder if, because sometimes weather-wise kind of picks up things faster here. Yeah, not much anything different here. So got 6 minutes on this tornado warning. They probably are gonna extend that tornado warning though. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't issue a new one. Do we still have that? Where's the place file? So, because I do want to see if we still have that Not the meteor. Yeah, okay. There we go. So yeah, we still have the ongoing severe thunderstorm watch, which a lot of these are starting to make their way out of that area. We'll have to see if they do issue a new one, because I think a new one is probably gonna be warranted soon here, considering these are moving out of the area. Nothing from the Storm Prediction Center. So it looks like at this point, it's gonna be kind of just a waiting game, kind of see what happens at this point. Let's take a quick checkup on the one by Bean Station. Make sure the radar is updated, because sometimes a GR2 analysis is gonna be behind for no reason. Also, that is one thing I will say, the differences between the color tables between Radar Omega and also GR2 analysis as well. If we turn that off, nope, not that. Okay, where is it? Okay, there. So there we go. So yeah, definitely a big difference between the color tables between GR2 analysis and also Radar Omega. So Radar Omega, GR2 analysis. GR2 analysis has a lot more green. Not that Radar Omega has a lot of green like this, but I feel like the green on here is a lot easier to read compared to this one here. Although I did put the Radar Omega color table on here, so I'm not sure. Looks like we still got the Severe Thunderstorm Watch is got to be going for another 2.5, well, not less than 2.5 hours at this point. Do we have any mesoscale discussions? I know I looked at it earlier, but I don't see anything much more. So yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, no new mesoscale discussions for any severe weather. So it looks like at this point, it's gonna be specific areas that have some type of severe weather activity, like very isolated areas. I'm looking at weather-wise, and it looks like there's another thing ongoing over, like, 2 areas here. Let me switch over to Radar Omega real quick here. So I'm looking at Radar Omega, and I think you've seen this on GR2 analysis a little bit here. But you can kind of see these 2 areas here that may be trying to rotate potentially as well, but also could be potentially downburst as well. That's another thing. So let's look at it. Can I? Okay, there. But I think for the most part, those are probably more than likely a downburst compared to actual rotation, because they don't really have the orientation for what it looks like for a rotating storm. Not that you couldn't have embedded tornadoes, but it doesn't look like they're actual areas of rotations. Maybe just downburst, if anything. Still got observe tag on the one over by Bean Station and Morristown. Don't know if they're gonna expire that out or cancel it or change it back to radar. Oh, that is a tornado warning. It's an extension on this one here. Although it's now including more of Newport, it's gonna be including Hartford, Cosby. Actually, now the old one did include Cosby actually. Hartford, Tomtown, Wasp, Wolf Creek. So it's gonna be including Newport and then some other smaller towns that are along the border of North Carolina here actually. What's going on here? Tornado possibly on this one as well actually. Which if this was rotating, it's gonna be right in there near Church Hill. I just realized I did not have this on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, these areas here are now included within that tornado warning. And more of Newport In the area I was talking about earlier that was rotating that did have that tornado pause tag with the severe thunderstorm warning was this area here, Churchill and Mount Carmel. Carmel? Yeah, Carmel. This area here, not seeing a whole lot at this point, although we are pretty close to the radar site with this particular one. So it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of pick and kind of see where everything's kind of at. This one is very clear, though. It's a broad rotation, but it's there. See if we got who else. Let's say who else we got in this area as well. We got Click Mill, Raven Branch, now, and then we got Waterville just outside of that tornado warning there, and North Carolina. We also got Lanceville, got Houston Valley included within this as well. Okay, that's a severe thunderstorm warning. I thought it was gonna be another tornado warning, but if it was gonna be another tornado warning, the radar mega would have been going off. Although sometimes it doesn't for some reason. I don't know why. Still seeing those two areas I was talking about earlier. This one is just now north of Knoxville, so these are more than likely two downbursts that are occurring behind this tornado warning storm here. Okay, now that that tornado warning just got canceled out. Yeah, it got canceled out because there were still 13 minutes left on that tornado warning. So yeah, it did get canceled out. Yeah, keep an eye on this though, because even though the rotation may be broad, but it's definitely something we're gonna keep an eye on. Going towards Alder Branch and Union Grove. It's gonna be eventually over in Chestnut and Bird Cross Road here. Where? How fast is this moving towards east? 39 knots. Moving east at 45 miles per hour. Let's take a look at this. So if this is moving 45, 45. So all the branches are going to be there in the next minute. Milken Grove, 5 minutes. Cedar Bluff, 12. Fairgarden, 12. Jones Cove, 20 minutes. Carson Springs, 22 minutes. English Creek, 25. Patrick Mill, basically a minute after English Creek. Cosby, 27 minutes. 27, well, not 26 minutes. Ellen Grove, 27. Jenkins Mill. 27 minutes. Wilton Springs, 28 minutes. Then in Edwina and Ken's Grove, 29 minutes. Lake Log, 30. Bluffton, 31. And Finney Patch, 32. Now Bluffton is now down to 30. These are all basically estimated times of arrival. Still got broad rotation. Does seem to be strong broad rotation though. I can't imagine there's gonna be strong rotation in it. There's not strong rotation, but cameras in this area. Although there is Sevierville there, so let me just try to find what I need here. Let me try. Dang, I just forgot what I was gonna. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Sevierville cameras. All right, there we go. Let's see. Best view of Gatlinburg and the Great Smoky Mountains. I don't know what. Doesn't seem like that is facing particular way, and there's also too much lights on some of these as well. Alright, I'm back. I had to use the bathroom at the speed of light. Alright, so here's what the reflectivity looks like right now. Velocity looks like that. No CC drop. Which, I wonder... Yeah, that's way outside of, yeah, it's definitely clear air right there. Because that's outside of this right here. So, yeah, it doesn't look like there is anything that is on the ground as of this moment, at the moment of time. That's not like a palm right there. We do have a tornado possible tag on this one, I think. Take a quick look. No, okay, there's no tornado possible tag on that one. Although I thought there was. Oh no, there is. Both of these have tornado possible tag on them. This one was the one that did produce a tornado briefly. Not sure where this one is coming from when it comes to tornado possible tag on it. But I think it was the area I was looking at earlier that I mentioned, which is this area right here. That's now by Kingsport there. I think that this is the area that I was... Yeah, that's definitely the area that's rotating right now. Not anything at the moment imminent. Same with this one right here. We got two areas, although the velocity is just updated. Well, it still looks like there's something a little bit strong rotation on that end of the rotation there. Severe thunderstorm warning right there. That's probably up. Yeah, it's an update. So no new severe thunderstorm watch. Just an updated one. The velocities on this look like they're starting to fall apart a little bit. So we may see probably another condensing of this tornado warning in a minute here. To update my title real quick here. Because now it's only one tornado, not... It's warning, but not warnings anymore. Since we're only currently at one tornado warning at the moment. Just monitoring a couple of these at the moment. Which, particularly this one. This one doesn't seem to be too much of a concern, but still gotta watch that one. Although we are kind of in a little bit of an area right now where radar is going to be starting to struggle a little bit in this area here. That is the weirdest circle I ever tried to draw my entire life. Yeah, this one, yeah, the velocities are basically falling apart on this one. Although, I think that's where that rotation was still, right there near Whitesburg. But I don't think there's anything imminent on that one still. So watching a couple of these areas here, which still are more than likely just downbursts compared to rotation. Okay, Radar, not Radar Omega. GR2 analysis is a lot better view of the rotation on this one, which is by Rock Springs right there. Yeah, it's gonna be right in there, just south of Kingsport. But yeah, GR2 analysis does a little bit better look at this real quick here with the velocity. So yeah, the velocity is gonna be right in there. We'll have to see if this does get tornado warned at all, because this one does seem to be the case that it may get a tornado warning soon. And then in this area, we're definitely going to be dealing with a pretty sizable radar hole. The nearest radar would probably either between Knoxville's or even... This is... Because there's got Spartansburg and then Greenville over here. I think that's... Greensville, Spartansburg radar there. Trying to remember off the top of my head some of these radar sites. Because the last time I used radars for South Carolina was when I think Helene, or either Helene or, well, actually no, Helene and I think Debbie, I think. And we do have a tornado warning now, and that's gonna be on the area that we were just looking at too. And this is still gonna be in Tennessee. This is gonna be in the very northeastern portion of Tennessee. That rotation is gonna be right in there, just south of Kingsport. Once again, if you're in a tornado warning, go to your lowest part of your building and or home, or the most interior part of your building and or home. This is including Big Spring, Valley Forge, Elizabethton, Hampton, Bluff City, Buffalo, Blountville. I think I already included Kingsport there with what I mentioned, but just gonna mention them again. Yeah, this is also another area where it's pretty populated as well. Okay, they did just condense that tornado warning. So Silverville is no longer included within this tornado warning. Still got some type of rotation on this still, but not as strong as it was earlier. Although there does seem to be a portion that is pretty strong, although that may be just RFD, if anything. That is definitely some strong RFD on that side. Not so much on this side. So I got a tornado possible tag on this one here. Still got, actually looking at this, looks like there was some type of rotation that was trying to strengthen there near Kingsport. Alright, now, okay, they were a couple scans behind there. But yeah, that rotation is going to be right in there near, between Fort Town and Boring. Be going right over to Tri-Cities Regional Airport. So I got another 27 minutes on this tornado warning here. $half size hail on that. And probably about quarter size hail on this. Mostly a wind threat out of that, probably more than likely though. Definitely gotta be watching the one that's by Colonial Heights and Spurgeon here though. Or at least, well, yeah. This area here definitely gonna be watching for a little while here. That area does need to be the most concerning area at the moment. And then we're basically be in a radar hole until either this moves a little bit more into Blacksburg's radar, or maybe Greensville and Spartansburg, but I doubt it. It's even gonna make it that way because these are not really moving more down that way. It's more towards this way. Charlotte may actually see these storms here. Oh, it's probably not gonna be for another probably a couple hours if we're gonna see these enter these areas here anyways. And then the only other radar would be able to actually use in this area would be the airport radar in Charlotte. Which airport? If that is one, unless this is I don't think it is. Unless this is a radar, like a regular radar site, but I think it is an airport one. Yeah, it's an airport one for the Charlotte Douglas International Airport over here. So yeah, we're gonna be kind of stuck between radar holes here. One giant radar hole. And Radar Omega's gonna take a little bit to load here. So we're gonna go back over to GR2 analysis for now. Alright. But yeah, we're basically gonna be in a radar hole. What does it look like from Black? I think GR2 analysis just froze. Yeah, it froze up. Nice. Nice. Because that's what. Oh. Because that's what I want to deal with. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to really see much until it gets into Blacksburg's radar, but even then, still pretty far from radar at this point in time with this one here. This one's going to be probably the more difficult one. And probably I want to say next hour. This one, it's not even really rotation at this point. It's more than likely just wind. Although, hold on, looking at not GR2 analysis. Actually, let me just turn on selectivity. This is what it looks like on GR2 analysis, and this is what it looks like on Radar Omega. There still seems to be something trying to hook, but I think it's more than likely just falling apart as it's getting towards North Carolina here. I do wonder what the environment is in this area right here. Do I still have my, I do. I'm like, do I still have my SBC mesoscale analysis up? I do. It looks like okay. It looks like it is starting to enter. These, I mean, it's still in an environment with enough instability to still produce a tornado or two. Maybe not a strong one, but the environment is there. Which actually, let me real quick. So here is that. It's gonna be right in there where we're looking at that storm. So they're still in areas with enough instability, but they're gonna be entering that environment where it's not gonna be as much. Let me look at low level lapse rates. So yeah, they're still in an area with enough low, but lapse rates are still enough for that severe weather as well. Where is the storm relative felicity? Definitely still enough there. Bulk shear. Yeah, still got something going on here. Look at the. So it definitely got enough wind shear in the atmosphere. 30 to 35 knots. So definitely could see maybe a couple more weaker tornadoes potentially out of this activity. It looks like we got wind report right here. It's gonna be over near Morristown. Can I read this, maybe? Lawn, lawn furniture or trash cans displaced, small twigs broken. So it looks like another wind report there. Although I do wonder if that's one I already read. Oh no, there's one over here that I read. That was by Quickville and Rickman. So this one is a new one here. Looks like hail report, half-inch hail. I got hail report from the radar. 2.21 inch size. Okay, so we got, yeah, there we go. That's severe thunderstorm warning. Probably still gotta have a tornado possible tag on it. More than likely. Yeah, still got a tornado possible tag on it. Also looking at. Wait, do I have? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I did have GR2 now. It's on. Rain report, hail report, wind report. Although these are just probably coming in now, as they're coming in from MPing, which is a basically a weather report app type of deal. Oh, I did not want to turn off my phone because I was looking at something on Twitter. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the latest was on the notifications I have here. Tornado warning continues for Newport, which is this right here. So they're still continuing that tornado warning. That's interesting. So from Bama Girl Tennessee WX, from that from how long ago was this? Posted 3 hours ago. It looks like. And that was when it was the cell was over by Gat Gallatin, yeah, Gallatin, Tennessee. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on this one here. That one has been trying to produce a tornado for the past I don't know how long at this point, and it's still trying to produce something. And then this one is starting to get out of range of radar, so not gonna have very good coverage on that one there. Although Radar Omega shows a little bit better. Still got the tornado pass tag on this one right here. Wait, what's this? Oh, this one was just recently tornado warned, I think. Unless this one, unless I'm just behind on scans. Hold on. Am I losing it? I don't know. Oh no, this one has been going on for the past however long. I'm just losing it, I think. Yeah, I'm just losing it. Yeah, okay, I'm just losing it. I thought it was a new one. I'm like, oh, accidentally missed one. But no, it's this one's been going on for a while actually. I didn't realize it was going on for that long with this particular tornado warning. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong thing here on stream here. So yeah, I thought this was a new one that I missed, but no, this one's been going on for a while. Looking at this, how long ago was this? 8:53. So this is an old weather report here. I don't know where else. 8:30. So yeah, some of these are kind of behind on their METAR stations here. But then again, sometimes they don't get updated that quickly, and they're I don't know with particular with these ones. I don't know how often they get updated every however long, because I know every observation type of station does things differently depending on like how long of an between updates they do. Other than that, right now, other than the ongoing two tornado warnings, one's going on for 15 minutes, which is currently over Elm Grove, Tomtown, Midway, Del Rio, Wolf Creek, and Lanceville. That one's going for another 15 minutes. That was this got condensed to this little area. May see that one get canceled out. We'll have to see, because this one still seems to have some type. Well, it did have some type of hook on previous scans, but looks like it is starting to die down. It looks like it's becoming more of a potentially just a heavy rain type of threat. Heavy rain, which would cause flooding potentially. Maybe some hail within that as well. And now we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. Probably tornado pass tag on it? Oh no, there's no tornado pass tag on it. Alright, so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning on this. And it is just your regular severe thunderstorm warning that you had with winds. This is mostly a wind threat at this point, it looks like, compared to a tornado threat. And we are kind of starting to get into the area where there is going to be a radar hole. I know we have this one down here, but we wouldn't be able to see anything on this radar for a while because how far out these storms are. Because radar coverage is, I mean, there's a bunch of radars in this area, but it's not the best radar coverage, especially where the mountains are. Do have a tornado pass on this one though, with the severe thunderstorm warning, which is covering Asheville, which we did see earlier, not earlier this year, but last year with Hurricane Helene. They had a bunch of flooding issues. So right now we're down to one tornado warning. If you're in this area, continue to stay in your safe place till the tornado warning is over or canceled, which is most likely going to be expired out, if anything. So I'm looking. Okay, so I'm noticing something here. So I know I was looking at this. I know I was talking about this being like a downburst, but there's a chance this is actually rotating over back this way near Kodak. Definitely, this is something I'm definitely keeping an eye out right here. That does look like something that is rotating there. Just kind of looking here. Still got another 9 minutes on this tornado warning. Don't know if they're got. Still don't know if they're got cancel it out or not. Alright, looking at the updated radar here, looks like yeah, that looks like it was definitely rotating for a while, and did not get tornado warned at all. Yeah, that's definitely rotation. Just kind of going like, oh, let's go back, and then it's going like, yeah, that's definitely rotation on that. Was rotation on it. I'm guessing they didn't warn it since it wasn't super imminent, and considering the let me go to reflectivity. Considering the reflectivity here, well, reflectivity doesn't always, it's not always a 100% accurate teller of everything, but even on that, it doesn't really show much. Velocity definitely showed quite a bit with that area, though. Especially here, where it was kind of tight rotation on that. Between Peters Mill and Kodak and Beach Springs here and Midway. Like between these four areas. And I just made an eye. Drew an eye. How about that? Drawing skills. Yeah. At this point, I would say this is definitely just like aspiring out at this point. I don't really see a point in kind of continuing this at this point, to be honest. I mean, they do have the severe thunderstorm warning, which does have that tornado possible tag on it. Just due to the fact that this was just tornado. This was tornado warned, so definitely gotta keep an eye on it for now, though. And then once this expires out, we'll be down to no tornado warnings. And then I already have basically a good night and good sleep. Although I know some people are gonna be probably out there watching lightning watching, so radar just updated. Still got another 7 minutes on a tornado warning. I do wonder if they're gonna update this severe thunderstorm watch at all. It looks like it's been getting smaller and smaller. flash flood warning there and also there. Although this one I was observed, so it looks like there is some flash flooding that is occurring between Hoskin and Daisy in Cornetsville. Still got another 6 minutes on this tornado warning. So I got still got another. Actually, how long does this? 5 minutes on that sphere during some watch warning. So it looks like they're at this point they're probably gotta just let a couple of these like just expire out. Besides the two severe thunderstorm warnings that are going for 35 minutes, this one has that tornado pass tag I was talking about. Definitely still gotta keep an eye on this one for probably I want to say another half hour or so. See if anything progresses with it or not, or a lot of these are just starting to get into that environment over here where a lot of these are gonna just gotta start falling apart with the environment. I do want to take a look at velocities again here. A little bit of contamination right in there. Most likely side lobe. Looking at our 4 minutes on this tornado warning. Take a quick drink of water here. The throat is dry. The storm is starting to move out of that tornado warning area. They definitely are just letting that expire out, to be honest. Same with this one. So about 30 minutes at 9:30 Central Time, we're gonna be no tornado warnings. First time in a while, actually. Severe thunderstorm warning. That's gonna be an update for the severe thunderstorm watch, which still has another hour and a half on it. Oh wow. So, let me just bring this up real quick here. Where is it? So, where is it? So here is. This was in Knoxville from a live traffic cam. Look at that. That was from the tornado warning something. Look at all that wind. Yeah, that definitely was some type of tornado that did occur within that. I would not be surprised if there wasn't, or I would not be surprised if there was some type of tornado in that, considering the winds. Because typically when you see winds like that, especially with area of rotation, that's typically where that tornado is gonna be at. Look at our 2 minutes. 2 minutes. let's see. I think we got like another minute. Oh yeah, okay, there. That's basically expired out. Both of these are basically, yeah, there it goes. Both of those are now expired out. So now we're down to no tornado warning. Where is the other? Oh, there. Okay, there we go. We're down to only severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment, and also that severe thunderstorm watch. So we got tornado positive tag on this. I got to continue just monitors for the next probably 15 minutes here. See if anything kind of progresses at all. If not, then I think probably call it a night for the stream. Is there any, what? I want to take a look at this. Definitely windy on us here. Holy. Not great view considering the pixelation of the camera because of the nighttime, but you know, kind of work with the what you have to work with, I guess. This is in Irwin right here. Pinnacle Tower, Irwin. See the rain just flying by the camera. See what's going on in Knoxville here. Severe thunderstorm warning. Tornado possible tag on it apparently though. Hold on. What's going on here? Oh, it's gonna be right near Sparta. I imagine this is mostly a wind threat though, out of that activity. Kinda hard to tell. It's maybe just be embedded within a line here. Which is that QLCS tornado threat I was talking about earlier. This is kind of behind here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now we're back in business here. So we got a couple areas. Ooh, hold on. That's something. You got that there, and then you got that over here. So it might be trying to do something again there. This one I think is just back to normal. Just not rotation. Although it looks like there might be something by Carter there. Gonna have to use high risk storm relative velocity on. Actually, hold on. What is that color scheme? This is the most pink and purple, green, and what in the Easter is going on here? Alrighty. Yeah, there might be something going on by Carter there. Hard to tell just due to the distance from radar here. Definitely know something going on by Sparta. Because we did see that area over this way. Alright. Good. Had to scratch my back real quick. Making music with my mouth. Yeah, I think this might be trying to do something again there. Like right in there, yeah. That's definitely something that's trying to spin up again. So there's two areas that we're gonna be watching. So we're gonna be watching the one that's now going into North Carolina, and then also the one by Sparta that we're gonna be watching. So we have two areas that we're watching at the moment. See if they kind of progress or not. Although they're kind of not in the environment that is very favorable for them when it comes to instability. Although there's still some instability, but I think that wind shear is definitely gonna have to be that wind shear is definitely gonna have to make up for a lot of that instability in the environment if any tornadoes do want to produce at all. Oh wow, I just realized I can turn off a lot of different things on radar here. Or not radar. The SPC mesoscale analysis. Bulk shear doesn't look any different with image underlays off. However, the 850 millibar does though. It's a lot more blue. Like let me switch over and let me show this here. Where is it? There we go. So here's the SPC mesoscale analysis here. So you can see it's a lot more blue than it was when I had radar on. Although even with radar on, it kind of gives you an idea where the storms are kind of at. So that's where all that wind shear is at right now, near the surface. 30 to 35 knots. Not the strongest I've seen for wind shear, but it is there. Here's that instability. 500. And then I think outside that's going to be 250 and 100. Which is not a lot. I do want to look at the low-level lapse rates. Which of lapse rates, I mean, they're kind of there. But yeah. What is going on with the contamination over here? That is some contamination. Holy. I don't think I've seen contamination that bad once again in a while. Yeah, this is definitely trying to wrap up here again. May see a tornado warning on it. I think that wind shear is definitely making up for that instability. Oh, radar's having a little bit of a weird out here. Does that occasionally. I don't know why it does that in Radar Omega. It looks perfectly normal over on GR2 analysis, though. Although, some parts on GR2 analysis kind of look a little bit weird, but because just looking at that. Yeah, there's definitely something that is trying to wrap up near Luck in North Carolina, actually, now. I also do want to take a look at something is power outage US. I want to see if there's any power outages at all. There are in Virginia apparently, but not really where storms are at. Actually, how far up? Yeah, it's not where the storms are at, where those power outages are. Anything in Tennessee at all? Morgan. Let's say, is this Morgan County here with Knoxville? So I'm not really familiar with the counties in Tennessee. Oh wait, there we go. We can turn off that Knoxville. So like trying to pinpoint this. Yeah, I don't see anything in terms of that. What about? I wonder what the Echo Tops look like. Where is? Oh, hello, that is hail. Still hail behind this way over here too. Oh, there we go. There's Echo Tops. So, 5,000 feet. This is right near radar, so it's gonna be a little bit, probably a little tiny bit off because it's looking right up. Yeah, 31. So 30,000 feet in the air. It looks like about. That still looks like something that is trying to form over by luck, because that's typically what happens. What I've seen with rotating storms with a hook on them, especially during hurricane season when they're like smaller shipper cells like this. That's another severe storm warning I did just get issued actually. $50 size hail. I do want to check back on Sparta because I know there's air rotation there, but it looks like it's basically just gone at this point. So not much of a tornado threat at this point. Mostly just gonna be rain, if anything. Maybe a couple areas that might get some strong wind gusts, but otherwise not much, honestly. All right. All right. Well. Just gonna take a quick look. Let me just hold on because I know I just realized I have my Radar Omega instead of GR2, but yeah. So there's not much anything anymore in terms of rotation in this area. It's basically I don't want to say it's like gone, but it's if there is anything in terms of rotation there anymore, it's just occluded at this point. There are a couple of rain reports. Kingsport, east of Kingsport there. Also by Mountain City there. I got one by north of Dandridge. Got the wind report from earlier. What about? Okay, there's a hail report, half-inch hail. I think that's about it. I think for the most part for tonight, honestly. Not really seeing a whole lot of progression on this here. I think that one's just gonna be mostly wind threat outflow at this point. Even though it did look like it was trying to do something again with that there. But I think for the most part, this is starting to just kind of fall apart with the environment. And so I think that's going to be good. Subscribe. And I will see you in the next stream that I do. I don't know when that's going to be. But yeah. I will see you all in the next one. Basically. Yeah. Amazing outro by me. Yes. Alright. But yeah. See you all in the next stream.